one of the core missions very close to my heart in being an American musician is to promote, commission, nurture, perform American music. And in this next program, I am delighted to be able to do that, not one, but two great pieces, which bookend a concert which also features one of the great American musicians that I know, Robert Levin. Bob is going to come and play the first Beethoven Concerto for number 1 for piano and orchestra in C major. And this is one of the miraculous creations of an extraordinarily miraculous composer, who was a pianist himself, of course. And while this was not actually his first concerto, he actually started the second concerto, what is now known as the second concerto, before he wrote this one. But here in this concerto, you feel all of this youthful energy and this desire to do something new, especially in the way the piano and the orchestra interact. He was looking for a way to show off his virtuosity, and that is done in abundance. But there's also this incredible playfulness and this sort of tongue-in-cheek quality of pushing the envelope as to what the piano concerto could be. And it was quite an astounding thing, I think, for Vienna to be introduced to this music by this young Beethoven composer. And I think it was quite an event. It must have been an astounding event for the Viennese to be introduced to this extraordinary new music by this young composer, Beethoven. In the spirit of newness and writing music that people had not heard, there is no piece that looms larger in the American canon than Copland's Third Symphony. Copland had been writing music already for a long time and had established himself as probably one of the, if not the, defining voices in American music. But as a symphonist, he really hadn't taken hold. He had written ballets and smaller pieces and so forth. By the time he comes to his Third Symphony, this extraordinarily massive, epic, American icon of a piece, he forever sets the standard as to what an American music should sound like. And often imitated, never really equaled. I think it's a testament to the originality of his music that this symphony has endured and taken its rightful place as the towering achievement of the middle of the last century in American music. And I'm delighted to be able to showcase that at the end of a program that begins with a piece called A Haunted Landscape by George Crumb. For me, George Crumb is one of the most original and brilliant voices in American music in the 20th century. His music is never the same. It can be very complex, both texturally and rhythmically, but always with a point behind it. There is some magic in this music, which is instantly felt, even though it's difficult to get to the bottom of, because on the surface, the music looks complicated. But it is so clear, and there is such a craft about it, that immediately the effect, also for the listener, as well as for the performer, is manifestly there. And this piece is really a beautiful evocation of what, as you might expect, this title would bring, this haunted landscape could be. It's a great workout for the orchestra also. So you have these two very important composers writing music that is singular to them on both sides of this wonder of a Beethoven concerto. All of this makes a program, I have to confess, which is among my very favorites of the whole season and one that I've looked forward to. This program is a delight, and I know that you won't want to miss it.